season. We will have the Pittsburgh Steelers take on the I can't speak. The Baltimore Ravens here on Thursday Night Football, as we'll wear the Color Rush jerseys. As here's the Baltimore Ravens Color Rush, and then yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers Color Rush jerseys. Does it save? Because I really cannot. I'm not gonna be playing. Or should I be the offensive guy? No, I'm gonna screw up. 6 minutes on for the maximum time, so it'll be 5 minutes. So 8:30 Ravens. It'll be random every game. Who is it?
Use my phone.
No. I plugged it in. What? It wasn't charging the whole entire time.
That's good.
It's on 31, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Oh, can you toss me down a bag of chips?
Okay.
Any but Fritos. And Cool Ranch. Okay? That's week 1 of the NFL fictional season, the National Fiction League. We got I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will come out on top 17-14 in a nice close game. What is it?
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Roethlisberger's Steelers going up against Flacco's Ravens. With that, let's get you up to M&T Bank Stadium. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. While the skies may be ominous, there's never a bad day for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And we shift our attention to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger, Charles, a man who could become the next 50,000-yard passer in the coming season. Would have had his 5th 4,000-yard individual season last year if it wasn't for the couple of games he missed.
I think his consistency is something we have to start talking about, because we talk about being one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and there's really no doubt about that. But just him answering the bell year after year, putting up those kind of numbers, and leading one of the best offenses in the league. Also, remember Big Ben as a younger quarterback, moving out of the pocket, taking the hits, shrugging them off. Now he's staying in the pocket and winning from there more and more, and I think that's going to enhance his career going forward.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true number 1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And it's a fumble. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now a carry here for Terrence West. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The ground game, no doubt, that was an issue for Baltimore this year, finishing 28th. Now, West, he was their leader, but only 774 yards.
Can you believe you just said that? The ground game was an issue for Baltimore because that's what they're based on. I mean, that's who they are offensively. Being able to run the football, set that tone, set that physicality, and then throw the ball off of it. That wasn't Ravens football in 2016. I can't wait to see what they do next season. And will Terrence West be their lead running back? Well, welcome back to the Elite Flyers Club, Mike Wallace in 2016. Back over 1,000 yards catching the ball. We always knew he could run, Brandon. But this year, I thought he really improved route running and making some more difficult contested catches.
And now, Steve Smith gone, and Mike Wallace will be 31 when next season starts, but a lot more weight on his shoulders.
He'll still be able to run. That won't be the problem. But at 31, he'll also understand how to be craftier in what he does and make some of those difficult catches a little easier for himself.
Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Now it's Flacco, and he whips that one incomplete there. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver, and it's third down. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on 4th down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. And the first 3 points of the night belong to our home team as they get the field goal on the game's initial drive.
A good, solid drive. It didn't wind up in the end zone, but that's okay. You've got something positive on the board, and you got the early lead.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Ravens defense as they head out to set up shop. Coming off that fumble recovery last time, so maybe they come out here with bigger eyes, a little bit more excitement.
No doubt about it, and I would hate to be a guy in the NFL nowadays that has the football in his hands. Because in the old days, you just worried about getting tackled. Now, they're trying to strip the football, create the takeaways, and that's often more embarrassing than getting knocked to the ground.
Have they gotten much better since your playing days at stripping the football?
so far beyond what we used to talk about. Our thing was just securing tackles, and if turnovers were a result of the tackle, that was one thing. But now they want you to secure the tackle, the next guy in, he's working to stripping the ball out, creating takeaways, getting it away from the offense is crucial.
Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Over the middle here to Brown. That throw good for 4. It's second down. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Many doubted Eric Weddle coming out of college, but they don't anymore. One of the best, most versatile safeties in the league.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. On second down, here's Roethlisberger surveying the field. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. It's Bryant, and it's a Steeler touchdown. Martavis Bryant, 50 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball.
Game 2 quarters or 3-minute quarters because it's gonna take way too long. So yeah. So the Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. But doesn't lose. I'm coming on around. I doesn't lose. Bringing No, no. I'm gonna be offense for both of the teams. How about that? So I'll start off with the reference. Or trying down the 2016 playoffs. No. I'm gonna put it down to 3 minutes. I'm gonna put this off actually, and then it's a night game and quick. Put some random and an 8:30 Thursday night football, man, live on TV. We have the Steelers and the Ravens in week 3, or is it week 1 on the Thursday night 3? It's a Thursday night 3 with 2 games. We have Dolphins at Eagles next. Dolphins at Eagles, Falcons, Pats. That's gonna be a very interesting game. Cardinals, Jets. By the way, if you lose a game, you're out. So it's probably only gonna be like 5 week. Wait, no. 20. It goes 32, 16, 8, 4, 2. So yeah, there's 5 weeks exactly.
Larry, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Just switch teams. Oh no. I still have to kick it, right? Yeah.
The children will grow. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Okay, I must pick what the recommendations are, and I must throw it to the red receiver. So that will be Antonio Brown. Let me bump down though.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers, Charles. What did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed at tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017 because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, well, you can make bigger plays downfield.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught at the 2. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald from a yard out. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. But he will not be able to bring this one back in the extra point. Unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry about it. It's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax.
Bad move. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
This is West. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And, Charles, I know Ryan Shazier, who made that tackle, a youngster you like a lot.
I love him, and I liked him a bunch coming out of Ohio State because the more this game leans towards speed and less on bulk, That's where Ryan Shazier excels because of his ability to run down plays. If anything goes away from him, he'll chase it. A lot of the time, he can run with tight ends, running backs downfield, and pass coverage. That only helps his outside linebackers like James Harrison and Bud Dupree get to the quarterback.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. And it's 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And again, it's Flacco to throw. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Alert! Alert! 3 down! 3 down!
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
Tight, watch left.
I'm only allowed to call timeouts if there's under 1 minute left in the second or fourth quarter.
Hey, we got 3 down. Ready!
Once more, it's Flacco. And this is caught. Jeremy Maclin. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that.
Hey, nasty dude.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hand.
By the way, I'm only allowed to call offense in all the teams. I'm only allowed to call timeouts in the second, fourth quarter under a minute left. And yeah, Ravens won. Yeah.
Why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was
This
the
is a
hands that
Thursday
made the
night
play.
game.
Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
This will be caught at about the 5. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Got to give credit
You're
where
lucky.
it's due. Really nice defense
I might
on
be
that play.
getting
The
the
pitch and catch was
2015
successful, but not any run after it.
And
No!
no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Tucker's kick right there.
Yes, it is, Master Duty team.
It's good, and they are on the board.
It isn't or 17. Did you get
Trailing now at 6-3.
Did you get Master Heat 2 for the Steam?
Tucker now following.
You are lucky. I'm probably gonna get mine 18 for my birthday and then get NASCAR Heat 2 on Christmas.
Field goal set to kick it away.
That's probably what I'm gonna do because my birthday's in
That's fielded in the end zone.
a month after.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. This one complete, right side to McDonald. A gain of 6 there on first.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case,
and it's intercepted, picked off by Brandon Carr, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run again here with West. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll run it with West. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Looking for the out route. It's complete to Macklin. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
Now that's the way you run offense. Understanding your clock situation. Excellent job getting to the sideline and getting out of bounds. That's the way to conserve time.
First and 10 here for Flacco. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So we come upon... Jeez, I don't even want to let their guys get a drink of water. All right, 3rd quarter, let's get to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think of...
Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And his guys are going to take over at the 21. Yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? This is his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown from 13 yards out. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And his kick is right through. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Operating off play action. Flacco. He's going to fire. He's got a man. Complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 2nd and 10. Flacco once more. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Flacco.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough 3rd down awaits them.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Flacco will take to the air again. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down.
We got 3. We got 3.
Once more, it's Flacco. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything Everything that has to come together to get a pass completed. Yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 2nd down, it's Bell. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Roethlisberger to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now hang on here, timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Wallace, 77 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he puts it through. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. High five, baby. High five. Let's go.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Hey, let's get in that hole. Let's go. Hey, watch 20. Watch 80.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. So now one of the biggest kicks. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And this one is right down the middle. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
The Pittsburgh Steelers comes out and beats the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are officially out of the league. So next game, we will have the Miami Dolphins against the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the 4:35 games will start. Chargers, Texans, I think. Texans, Chargers, 49, yeah.
So that'll do it for
and
us.
we're actually going to have a
Charles Davis and all the hard-working men and women
Vikings,
on our
Seahawks,
crew.
and the
I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
There's one going
From
to
Baltimore. Good night, everybody.
There's going to be one 6:15 game, Rams at Colts, and then one night game, Chiefs versus Packers. The certain night game will be Bengals at Raiders. So we have the Miami Dolphins at Philadelphia. Eagles. I'm gonna say the Eagles win this one. Oh wow. No color rush. Should we change that up? Yeah. We're gonna have the home jersey. The way team will wear their home jersey, and then the home team. And that's only for the 1 o'clock games, and then the 4:25 will be normal, and then with the night games. 1 o'clock. So we will have one at 1 o'clock, a couple at 4:15, and then one at 6:30, and then one night game. But this is the 1 o'clock at Eagles. Random weather. Ah, Jesus, I don't wanna. I love the last game though. That was a nice Steelers-Ravens game. 16-13 final. That was a nice game. That eliminated the Ravens for the whole entire league. Is the Browns on here? I don't think they are. They are not. I need to add the... Who would it be against, though? Oh, my God.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports.
Thank
I
you,
forgot.
Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take
Oh, wow.
a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field.
Is it raining? Is it raining? No.
Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Good it is.
And
It'll be Browns.
Get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And there is Ryan Tannehill bringing out the Miami Dolphins, finishing the season just shy of 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 12 picks, Charles. Unable to play, of course, in the playoff game.
I don't know.
Had to be hard for him to sit that one out.
Had to be very hard for him because I thought he finished the season with a flourish. And this was a monster year for Ryan Tannehill and his development as an NFL quarterback. And I thought he passed the test. And I think 2017.
I don't know.
Like, this is his head coach, Adam Gase.
Give him a couple on the carry there.
Or do I already have?
Time to feature the offensive starters and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
I'm going to have to check.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Hang on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. We've got two teams.
So. A shotgun snap for
I think it was X.
And he's got the hook up with Anthony Fasano. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Already more runs than last game.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield, and it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go. Catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Eagles take possession.
Watch left. Start right there. All right, here we go.
On first down, Wentz. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm. Wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage. I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
They're down,
Somebody did.
I think.
No doubt about it. There's no
First,
way
you're
not going to account for him.
Hey, we got 4. Green, 39.
Wentz now on first down.
Wide open again.
Over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Wentz now on first down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Wentz to throw again. And this is Hurts with it, right side. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way down in. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Now Wentz again. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Torrey Smith from 3 yards out. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, where the game is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vinny Curry in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
It's caught. Stills, right side. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. The Fasano here brings it in. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. To the air again, Tannehill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd down to the offense, needing 5 yards. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st down, Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Wentz now on 1st down. Jeffrey with a catch left side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And they're going to speed things up here. Now, Wentz again. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But it appears that what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey from 8 yards out. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing... their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now, after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Set, wide 20. Wide 20. 58, boys, 58. Zebra.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. The Fasano here brings it in. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. It's a gain of 14 there. And the Dolphins have a first down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he missed it. It's no good. So the long field goal attempt winds up awry, and we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
You almost hear the wheels turning all the way up here. Do I go out of bounds? Do I put my head down and try and gain additional yardage? In this situation, I probably would have put my head down and just tried to get upfield. Going out of bounds did them no good, and they lost additional yardage.
They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. On first down, Tannehill. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot. But there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and then even before we get to the draft, you start with the Combine, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams, so your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and mini camps. We get to see them on the field for the first time, and we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
Here's Tannehill, and throw right side complete to Parker. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Final minute now of the third quarter. The throw on second down is Tannehill. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. That one goes for 36 yards.
Oftentimes, guys who do a really nice job on the wide receiver screen plays are really good punt returners. It's the same skill. Make the first guy miss and then pick up your blocking and get downfield. Nice gain on that play.
In the red zone this time. They come out here in the eye. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Ryan Tannehill taking it in. And the Dolphins have got it back to a one-score game. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just falling. Behind them.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Double tight. Hey, 4 down.
On first down, Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And now a first down following that long gain. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. Big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
A couple of Dolphins in on the stop. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On second down, here's Wentz. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's third down. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Back to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's the option going right. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher. As it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And on that one, the youngster got... holding the football a little too long in his own end zone.
And Brandon, you know how we always talk about the clock that a quarterback has to have in his head when he's passing the ball? It has to speed up when you're backed up like this because you know pressure's coming at you. He'll learn. He's just a rookie.
And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And Stills over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He's back to throw. On the left side, this is Stills. It's a gain of 20 that time. And that's good for a Miami first down. They'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And now it's second down. Back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 7 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
He'll look to throw. He goes underneath to Drake. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
One last throw here for Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Woo, defense, let's go. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we have a divisional matchup in the NFC South between two proven wideouts. It's Julio Jones going up against Brandon Cooks. So let's get you up to Foxborough as we check in with our commentators, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. And hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at our matchup here. You've got to believe that this is a game that might be won in the trenches.
Oh, without question. This is big person on big person, big unit against big unit.
Meat on meat.
Oh, you got it all. Pick your cliche, but we know this. The ground's going to shake. Things are going to rumble. They're going to have an impact on today's game.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Ryan on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 20 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to an Atlanta first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.